Hey, Stan Deaton with the Georgia Historical Society. Welcome back. This week is National Libraries Week, and even though most of the libraries in the country are closed because of the coronavirus pandemic, I thought it would be a good time still to think about and thank the librarians and the libraries and the books that we love wherever you live. What libraries and what librarians have been important in your life? Well, as you can see, books and the printed word have been important to me even before I learned to read. It all began for me at W.C. Britt Elementary School in Snellville, Georgia, where there were two librarians, Miss Brooks and Miss Jordan, who welcomed me into the library and who introduced the magical world of books to me. I'll never forget walking in there in the tall ceilings and being told to pull down any book on a shelf, and it was mine to take home and read, and then I could bring it back and do it again. Those two wonderful librarians opened up the world of print to me and really set me on my life's journey. So Miss Brooks, Miss Jordan, wherever you are, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Now, I spent 6 years at the University of Georgia getting my bachelor's degree and master's degree, and the University of Georgia Main Library became my home there. I spent more hours than I can count really just prowling the stacks up on the fourth floor where the history books were housed. Now, Washington Post book critic Michael Durda has said that one of the things we've lost with all of the technology at our fingertips is the experience, the serendipity of simply walking down the aisles of a major research library and pulling books down off the shelf. And I did that many an afternoon at UGA's main library. That's how I got to know many authors, their books, pulled a book down, sat down right there in the aisle, and just simply lost myself for hours reading. It was really the beginning of my bibliographical education and the foundation stones for becoming a historian. That education continued as I got my doctorate at the University of Florida and some wonderful libraries there as well. The Smathers Library, the main library there, I had a carrel on the third floor where I prepared for my qualifying exams. And the Special Collections Library, which is housed in a beautiful old building with a wonderful reading room adjacent to the main library. I did my dissertation on Revolutionary Charleston and was fortunate to go to two historic libraries in South Carolina. The first was in downtown historic Charleston. The South Carolina Historical Society is housed in the Fireproof Building on Meeting Street. I spent a lot of time there going through all their manuscripts. And up in Columbia, on the campus of the University of South Carolina, the South Caroliniana Library houses probably the most comprehensive collection of materials on South Carolina history anywhere in the country. The director at that time was Alan Stokes, and he always welcomed me warmly there, and I spent many hours in that wonderful old building. Now, my intellectual home for the last 22 years has been in one of America's greatest libraries. I'm talking about the Research Center at the Georgia Historical Society. Hodgson Hall was built in 1875 as the library for the Georgia Historical Society, and in the words of Paul Presley, it is a place of rarefied air. It is a wonderful place to go to work every day. It's currently being renovated and expanded, and it's going to be even better when it reopens. But what's my favorite library in the world? It's the one you see right behind you. The personal library that I've put together book by book over many years. Like the great French philosopher Montaigne, who had his own personal library up in his tower, he said it was his refuge from the world and the place where he reigned as monarch. I feel kind of the same way. What libraries and librarians have been important in your life? Let me know in the comments section below. Stay safe, stay strong. I'm Stan Deaton with the Georgia Historical Society. Happy National Library Week. And as always, thank you for watching.